Hi guys, welcome to Comfort Life channel. I hope you're doing great and I'm very happy to see you here today. In this video, we're preparing a great morning beauty tonic that could be really a great addition to your diet because we all know that the health and beauty really could be achieved from the inside out. This is really delicious. I love it. I try to make it almost every other day and it won't really take a lot of time to prepare it. I would first show you how you could prepare this wonderful tonic and then we'll talk about each of the ingredients so we could know why we're using them here and what benefits that would give us to our skin, to our glowing and radiant skin, and also how it can boost our health. So to prepare our beauty drink, our tonic, we shall just need a blender and we'll put all the ingredients in here. It really won't take you a lot of time in the morning. You could also, I am sure, use the hand blender for that purpose. I already have all the ingredients prepared, so let's start with the two main ones, which is ginger and turmeric. What I did is I got the turmeric root and the ginger root. You can buy them organic if you want, if you have such an opportunity. And then I peeled them. Of course, you peel them, you wash them, make sure you do a good job there. And you would need to cut about 1 inch of it, but I normally don't go crazy with the amount. I don't really think you have to go with the rule, the more the better. Besides, if you've never tried ginger, I would recommend you to start with a small amount so to make sure you can tolerate it. So we'll just put everything in the blender, this too. The next ingredient I have prepared already. You would need the juice of 1 lemon. As you can see, I don't have large lemons here, so if you happen to have really large lemons, again, you have to just maybe use a half of it. There is a good tip to, because I normally extract the juices just by hand because it's easier. You would need to roll it on the surface of your table. It will make sure that the lemon releases more juice. So this is the juice of 1 lemon. The next ingredient is grapefruits, and this is the juice of 1 grapefruit. So the grapefruits are normally juicy, so you won't really have any trouble of having juice. This is the type of grapefruit I have here. There are many different kinds, and this is also not like the biggest type. Grapefruits don't really have to be organic, by the way. So we're putting the juice in there. Sometimes I don't bother and I just put, I just peel the grapefruit and I just put it in there. The next ingredient we're going to use is coconut water. Well, I normally don't happen to have coconut water on hand at all times, and sometimes I really just put plain filtered water. It really won't spoil anything, but coconut water has its great benefits. As far as the amount, I would say you could put up to 1 cup of coconut water, and this would make us 2 servings of this morning tonic. But this is 11 ounce, so we'll just put half of it. So let's say this much. The next step, obviously, is to blend everything. And here it is. Let's see. It smells amazing. And this is the way it looks like. Now you know how to prepare this recipe. I am sure you would agree with me that it is very simple. Now let's talk about each of the ingredients. So the turmeric. So the turmeric, of course, if you don't happen to have the turmeric root or it's really hard for you to find one, there is an option of using turmeric powder, and you could easily do that. So but I would recommend you to find the root, and if you store it in the refrigerator, it will really last you a long time. I believe you can even freeze it. So we're using turmeric because it has really powerful compounds. For example, curcumin is really very anti-inflammatory. Turmeric dramatically increases the antioxidant capacity in your body, and that could not be really bad for our health and beauty. The next ingredient we've used was the ginger root. Again, if you don't happen to have the root on hand, you could go ahead and use the powder. Well, we're using ginger because it's great for the digestion. It helps a lot of people to relieve the symptoms of morning sickness, even the nausea, the upset stomach. It helps to relieve the soreness of the muscles. It also helps with the weight loss, like boost the metabolism. Actually, it also acts as an appetite suppressor. And it also has anti-inflammatory properties. The next ingredient we've used was the grapefruit. Well, I love eating grapefruits, and I would say they're so beneficial for you. They contain lots of flavonoids, of course, the same as lemon. They contain vitamin C. They strengthen your immune system, really boost your metabolism, which is really important, to start your morning with. They also help to reduce the risk of kidney stones, reduce the gum disease, They help us to reduce the stress and even protect against cancer. The next ingredient I've used was coconut water, but again, if you don't have one on hand, you could use just the plain water. And we're using it here today because it contains many nutrients like manganese, potassium, magnesium. It has vitamin C, even fiber and protein. It also has sodium though. And it also is acting as a natural electrolyte drink, which means that it keeps us hydrated. What's really important, and that's the reason we call it beauty tonic, is because all the ingredients have really great antioxidant properties. That is really very important. And also it's a good idea to drink coconut water in the morning, let's say, because sometimes when, after the sleep, our body is really dehydrated. So we definitely need to drink something. To be honest, before even drinking this tonic, I always drink a glass of warm water in the morning. I don't really tolerate cold water, and but everyone is different. Some person prefers the cold water, some person prefers the warm water. And if you've never tried the warm water, it might really even boost your digestion. And it's very important in the morning, right? So you could definitely give it a try. And right now here you can see a little more ingredients on the table because first of all, if you really prefer the drink to be sweet, that is not a problem because you could really let yourself have something sweet, especially in the morning. That's like the best time. So for that purpose, you could use maple syrup or the raw honey. The raw organic honey is preferable, or from the trusted source. So you could use just a little bit. You don't really need a lot. I personally don't sweeten this tonic, but maybe you'll find it necessary from just the beginning to get accustomed to the taste. The next ingredient I have here, because I should share with you, there are certain ways that are needed to be done to increase the turmeric absorption. So the first option is to add black pepper. Black pepper increases the bioavailability of the curcumin, that great compound in the turmeric. So you could just add a pinch of black pepper into it. The second option is to add the fat. There have been studies done, and it also proves that turmeric is fat soluble. That's why we need fat for it to be absorbed. Let's say like vitamin A. And you could also, because coconut water contains no fat, it won't really help us here. So for that purpose, I add in the morning, you could add either MCT oil and either coconut oil. I would prefer these two, but it could be, really extra virgin, good quality olive oil as well, hemp seed oil. Whenever oil you really rely on, maybe avocado oil would do. You won't really need a lot because this is a small recipe here. So I would just say half a teaspoon or up to a teaspoon would be fine. And if you're using coconut oil or even MCT oil has no taste at all. And if you put it in the blender, you won't even notice it. If you're a fan of coconut oil, let's say, you could easily go ahead and use that. And the third way, which won't really be useful for us here, is the heat. The studies indicate that boiling turmeric root for up to 10 minutes really increases its absorption. But for us, if let's say you want to add turmeric into your diet and maybe this tonic is not an option for you, you could go ahead and get the root and then just cut it into small pieces and add it to hot tea or even hot water and let it sit there for a little bit. But the easiest way to apply the heat rule is just to add turmeric. If you maybe thinly shred the turmeric, you could just use turmeric powder and add it directly to the hot food. That is really easy, including the fact that most of the hot food already contains oil in it, and you could easily go ahead and add the pepper. So that would really be the best solution, and you will have 3-in-1 ways of increasing the turmeric absorption. And my option here would be to add a little fat, and I really love this morning elixir. It doesn't have overwhelming taste, but that's my personal preference. You would need to see what you like best. If you add a little sweetener, that would make it absolutely delicious. So you have to really try this. It's really great for the beauty because all the ingredients are wonderful if you want to have a glowing and radiant skin. And what's important, you start doing this right in the morning when you don't have anything in your stomach. So all the ingredients would really be sort of delivered and have its great properties done in your body. I really hope you guys like this video. It was very informative. All the ingredients and tips how to increase the turmeric absorption. You know the recipe of preparing this tonic. And if you really want, you could go ahead and add your favorite things. Let's say you want to transfer it in a smoothie and add some berries. I would recommend to add berries over sweet fruit, let's say bananas or apples. So go ahead and make this recipe. Enjoy the results. If you guys like this video, please put a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later.